President-elect Donald Trump, thank you for jumping in the Shark Tank. It's great to see you here in Fort Lauderdale. Talk to us about your historic election victory.
Well, Javier, it's time to make America great again. Great to be back with you.
It's great to have you. So tell us about how the New York Times and the liberal media, as well as Democrats, what's this they're talking about as far as being there's turmoil within the transition team or the transition process?
Well, first of all, I think the election is over. It's Donald Trump who gets the credit. Donald Trump won despite his campaign in many ways. The Herculean physical effort just in the last 10 days, barnstorming 3 major cities a day, the late incursion into Wisconsin, in Michigan, states where Hillary Clinton had never campaigned, places where she had what seemed to be impregnable leads earlier in the race, where white Union Democrats were moving to Trump, turned out to be a masterstroke, recommended to the campaign by Tony Fabrizio, seconded by me, strongly supported by Steve Bannon. That shifting of the map, as it will, broadening of the footprint is what allowed the Trump victory, particularly when he lost Nevada, which was a bit of a blow. Originally, we did not think, at least in our own count, that he could win without winning New Hampshire and Nevada. It now appears that he lost both. I'm still waiting for a recount from New Hampshire, both very narrowly. But it didn't matter, right, because he carried, he carried Michigan, he carried Pennsylvania, and he carried Wisconsin. Now, in view of the fact that he almost won Minnesota by 100,000 votes, that he ran surprisingly strong in New Jersey, it's a reflection of the late surge in the race. He was rising. In the beginning, she was sitting still 10 days out, but he was clearly rising. Right. When the announcement was made by the FBI that they had 650,000 new Huma Abedin, Anthony Weiner, Carlos Danger emails, that only accelerated Trump's climb. The subsequent announcement by FBI Comey that we looked at those records and they're nothing there actually did not break Trump's momentum. People didn't believe it. Comey had, I believe, outlived his welcome on the public scene, and he had credibility issues because he outlined all the laws that Hillary had broken and then announced that she wouldn't be prosecuted. People were saying, what? What? So, and by the way, the 650,000 emails are dynamite. There is evidence there, according to my sources in the NYPD and in the Congress, where copies of all these documents have been saved of treason, play for pay, extraordinary greed and enrichment by the Clintons, governmental decisions in return for payoffs. Some foreign governments were charged to be able to look at certain documents online that may or may not have been classified. Connections to Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire hedge fund pedophile and his sex ring, other child sexual exploitation. This is quite a new age crowd, the Clintons. This appears to be a blackmail file. There may be compromising photographs in there of the former president. There may be other compromising photographs. This comes from good sources, so this issue is not going to be swept under the carpet by the Justice Department and the FBI as the 33,000 server email issue was, because we didn't have access to that mail, unless, of course, you're Julian Assange. So this issue is hardly from settled. I'm one of those, Javier, who thinks Hillary Clinton and her husband, and most likely their money laundering daughter, have to be prosecuted.